NBA fans have been trying to bring a pro basketball team to Louisville for more than a decade, but a new study shows they're still facing an uphill battle. The study, commissioned by Greater Louisville Inc., says, among other things, the few corporations are willing to participate in funding the team, and that scheduling games at the Yum Center could pose a problem because of U of L. The report also expresses concerns about the fact that no two existing NBA markets with less than 3.5 million residents are located within a 5-hour drive of one another. Thank you, Indiana Pacers. Now, Tony Vanetti of Afternoon Underdogs joins me. Obviously, there was a lot more to the study, but it's looking like NBA team, at least for now, is probably not going to happen.
You're not going to ever get it to a city, Leslie, that you have to talk people into it. Really? I mean, there are a segment of Louisvillians out there going, I don't know, talk me into it. Really? Other cities are going to get NBA teams because once the second they hear there's a possibility we can get an NBA team, all right, what do we got to do? Louisville's the only city that would be like, you know what, we're okay. We're good. We don't need a professional basketball team here. Forget about it. It is ridiculous. It's a fundamental thinking problem with Louisvillians, and it has been for years. A lot of people think it's because Frankfurt is a couple miles, that the capital is not Louisville. There's a lot of thinkings here. There's room for everybody. Maybe not at the Yum Center, but how long do you think the Yum Center is going to stay state of the art? Exactly. A couple of years from now, you're going to need to do something. Now, you have the fairgrounds that it's right down the road. You've got to, again, I'm going to start in on don't get me started on the fairground, because now you're bulldozing Old Cardinal Stadium. Freedom Hall is going to be next if you don't do something. It's all dilapidated. It's crazy out there. Turn that over to a private organization like a casino, and then have an NBA team play in the Yum Center in a casino-type environment out at the fairgrounds. Turn that into a gym, not an eyesore or a dump. Just my thoughts. Now, the study came out, and it did say not enough corporations. They said we had 10 that were possible that could be, thought of for the NBA or Fortune 500, whatever. That the nearest one was Memphis, okay? Now, we had 10. The lowest other number was what? What do you think Memphis was? How many corporations?
15.
17.
Oh, so close.
So, I mean, almost half. Louisville has almost half. Now you're starting to thinking, what's wrong with us? Why are we so pathetic? Our schools suck and no corporations want to go here. But, I mean, that's where we are. So it is discouraging to a point, but it also is, how many times have you just built it and they go? You added I don't know how many boxes when you built the expansion to Papa John's. Sold out pretty much. You added, there's 90 boxes at the Yum Center for college, and that's is that double or triple what it had at Freedom Hall? Sold out. To say the fact that there's not enough room or not enough corporations, not enough money to go around, I think is silly. I really do, because people will step up and they will get involved. You've seen it every single time. Not to try, Leslie, is ridiculous. You know what? Don't get Stoops. Just go with someone else. Don't get the right guy. Don't keep trying. Really, don't keep trying. If Louisville didn't keep trying and went and hired Howard Schnellenberger after Bob Weber years, and God love you, Bob Weber's family lives here in Louisville, and he did a great job for U of L. But at that time, they were discussing getting rid of football. They went the other direction and hired Howard Schnellenberger. Okay, and how's that turned out?
Pretty good. You
got to try, right? Right?
But do you think, no NBA team is obviously looking for a new home right now. They could be eventually. Today. Do you think it will ever happen? We can look into the future. Do you think Louisville will keep trying, or do you think it's one of those things that they're like, well, corporations are saying no, let's just stop?
You can't say, you never say never anymore in sports. It's just there's so many things that have fallen into place. So you're like, really? That just happened? After saying, it can't happen. Too many things have fallen into place. Somehow, University of Louisville and this NBA team are going to have to work together if they're going to play in the same spot. At this point, that's not going to happen. No, Louisville's not going to give up their dates, and the NBA team's going to say, no, we're going to kind of want to be the main tenant in that, even though it's a beautiful arena. It's going to have to go to Freedom Hall and then fix that up. That's the only option. I think it can happen, but it's not going to happen, to your question, anytime soon.
I do love that one of the things that they cited that Louisville has is a huge basketball community.
Duh.
But you don't want an NBA team.
But you don't want an NBA team.
It just doesn't really.
No, they said that we had enough people that made enough money to buy a ticket.
Exactly.
Okay?
Yeah.
And then my thought on the other side of that is that you know what Louisvillians do? They want events. They don't really, they're like, basketball, it won't work. They won't go to the NBA game. It's a different product. Okay, great, but Louisvillians go to night racing because it's an event. It's not for the horses. It's Keeneland. Yeah, you bet the ponies. That's fun, but they go for the pretty dresses and the cocktails. That's what you're going to do in the NBA. You're going to go down with your buddies and go have a drink in downtown, and it's an event.
That's what makes the NBA different because it is an event. It's not like
Right.
college basketball.
And by the way, when was Louisville's last home game was February 29th. Okay? They're still playing.
And what season's still going
That's
on?
what I'm saying. NBA is still going on. Their last home game was in February. Come on, man.
Tony solved all the problems right
I am
here.
so
Louisville,
frustrated
listen.
with this. Could you tell?
I can tell.
A little bit.